So now we have to fight Aegis. And, oh boy, this is gonna be something. Man, I know I'm running out of ideas of what to say, but also since, well, we could just probably end this fight early, because, okay, for some reason I think I've noticed from the last few fights that the end, like, that your opponent will always start going towards you, so you can just get ready to boost if you want. I also haven't been showing off some of Yosuke's other moves, so Jiraiya can use Tetrafu, which can temporarily confuse your opponent, or silence, I'm not sure. No, jeez, can I do it? I know we're just kind of destroying her at the moment. Okay, yeah, let's just go in and finish her off, because she's kind of easy. I mean, she can be pretty powerful, but the thing is, she just takes more damage than other characters, and yeah. My shoulders bounce up and down as I wipe my sweaty face off, well, on my sleeve. I'm completely out of breath.
Well done. I'm surprised you defeated me, but this may have been for the best.
Huh?
You are truly concerned for her, even after discovering that she's a living weapon. Your sympathy is much more impressive than that of a fellow machine like myself. Such consideration is immeasurably warm and cherished for us.
Aegis's voice is gentle, but she also sounds a little sad. I sense like she's carrying a burden that I can't imagine. I don't know what to say, but she gives me another of those soft smiles.
I met my own friends once, and reached my own answer. I was thinking of telling my sister of these experiences.
Oh, she's your sister.
But I think it's better that you tell her instead.
Will I be able to do that? Wouldn't it be better for Aegis to go? No, the answer's already there. I have to face Labrys, for Aegis' sake as well. I look straight into Aegis' eyes to show my determination.
I don't know if I have the answer you're talking about, but there is something I want her to know. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it across, but when I was going through tough times, I had my friend...
Son of a gun. That was such an awesome speech, and I muffed the last word. Silence ensues.
Dude, you pick up on everything?
Pure disappointment when you open your mouth. Now I understand.
How do you know about that?
My database is perpetually being updated. Even as we speak, I am receiving information about you from the server, known for wearing a trash can on his head. I comprehend.
Dang it.
Wait, how come all this information about me is bad? And what's this server you're talking about?
To think you would have such hobbies. The possibilities of man are truly infinite.
They sure are, I guess.
That's not...
Senpai, can you hear me?
A transmission from Rise. That's right. Now's not the time to be acting stupid.
Loud and clear. Did you pick up Labrys' trail?
She's headed for the announcement room again. I'm gonna get out of here while I can.
The announcement room again? At first I was worried about Rise, but now that I think about it, as long as she can use her persona to track the enemy, she's safer than anybody in here. Alright, time to catch up. If the Shadow needed to make us fight to stall for time, it means she's still got something up her sleeve. I slap my cheeks to wake myself up a bit. I'll finish it this time.
I entrust Labrys, my sister, with you.
As I'm leaving, Aegis' voice calls out from behind me. Her words relieved me.
I don't know, that you were gonna capture her and lock her up somewhere. Her shadow was talking about how she didn't want to be caged again, and that she wanted to be free. But you don't seem like the type to do that. I think you really do have her best interests in mind. I'll bring Labrys back to you, whatever it takes, Aegis-san.
Hanamura-san, thank you.
Look at that. Labrys does have a place to go. Yeah. She doesn't belong here in this made-up school. I bow to Aegis and start running again. I returned to the announcement room and opened the door. All I saw was Labrys, sitting alone in the middle of the room. Her mechanical legs are splayed on the floor, and she seems to be mumbling something about... Okay, that's not right! The Shadow's nowhere to be found! Where is she watching from? Obviously, well, oblivious to my suspicion, Labrys starts talking to me in a cheerful but almost lifeless voice.
It's you, Yosuke-kun. What's wrong? Shouldn't you be in class?
You're not thinking straight. We're inside the TV world. You're not the student council president.
What are you talking about? I came here to broadcast a student council announcement.
Labrys looks up with empty eyes. She's no longer in her human form, but her stuck-on smile is painful to look at. That's not her real smile. I take a deep breath.
Labrys. That's your name. You know that, right? Let's go back and put an end to this fake world.
Why? Why are you saying that stuff?
Labrys' eyes finally look at me clearly. She looked at reality.
I want to stay here. This is the only place I can belong.
Labrys slowly stands up and puts her arm behind her back. She removes her wings and they expand to form a giant axe.
I won't go back. I'm gonna stay here forever and ever.
She brings down her axe with incredible speed. To swing a huge chunk of steel like that so easily, that's just not humanly possible. I mean, I expected as much, but I can't go easy on her.
Sorry I have to do this. I'll apologize as much as you want later, but right now, I've got to stop you with everything I have.
Now we have to fight Labrys, and this is her at her absolute weakest. We'll see why. Because the thing is with normal Labrys, she doesn't have access to a. I say that she's at her weakest, but then she starts comboing me. Okay, but she is at her weakest because, well, she doesn't have a persona. She's still pretty strong. Don't get me wrong. It's just like without a persona, she's not nearly that good. And anyway, let's snap her out of this and yeah, end this immediately.
Let's do this.
Brave Blade away!
Finished.
Do it.
Did it.
Why? Why can't I stay like this?
What good will it do for you to forget everything? You know that you're trying to ignore the truth and that you're lying to yourself. That'll only bring you more pain.
Labrys drops to the floor, crying her heart out. I know this is for her own good, but seeing it hurts me deep down inside. Labrys looks at me with eyes filled with
You
misery.
wouldn't understand. No one can understand how I feel. That's right. They'd never understand.
Oh, man. An ominous voice butts into our conversation.
So you were nearby after all.
Why wouldn't I be? I'm her.
Dang. Wherever she is, I can't see her. Where's she hiding? As I'm looking around. Oh my! When the darkness disappears, the scenery has changed completely. The view outside the window has changed to something weird and creepy. A piercing red light fills the room.
What's going on?
What is that? Some giant metal container like a furnace, and something's being tossed into it like garbage. I look closer and see that the garbage looks like arms and legs. Hey, it looks like people! I try to calm the horror I feel creeping up my spine. I just don't know how to describe it. All I can say is that wherever this is, it's nasty. This isn't the announcement room anymore. As I was fixated on the view outside, the shadow appears silently from the corner of the room.
And I still need her, so I can become myself.
She approaches me as she talks. Her face is illuminated by two things: the red light from the room outside and the madness in her eyes. I back away in spite of myself. But the shadow ignores me, drawn close to Labrys. Shoot, that's right! Labrys hasn't said the words that the shadow needs to hear. Her shadow hasn't gained true power yet. That's why she was trying to buy time.
Getting was your only escape route, but that's been stolen from you too. Poor pitiful me.
Labrys' shadow turns and begins regaling her. Her lips are at Labrys' ear. Her words tugged at her heart.
You made them go through the the same pain, but in the end, they still didn't understand.
The same pain?
It was so painful. It made you so sad. You hated destroying them.
Destroying them? I take another look at the horror show outside the window. The broken human figures being thrown into the incinerator. This is a sight Labrys' heart created, right? And that means this is... I suddenly felt like I could grasp the weight Labrys was bearing in her heart. I could see how heavy that weight was. The shadow takes a quick glance at me and continues speaking.
He was forced to fight his friends too. But he didn't feel the despair that we did. He wasn't alone, after all. He's completely different from us. You're not human or an ordinary machine. We don't belong anywhere, and we'll always be alone. No one will ever understand us. Please stop!
The shadow needs to have Labrys deny that they're the same. I knew that, but I couldn't stop her. I quickly watched as the two of them talk.
I'm not alone. I'm not! If they don't understand, who will? The only ones who could were all destroyed. By our own hands. No! That was you! Not me! You're not me!
Oh, she said it.
I'm free now! No one can capture me! I'm truly free! Yes, the power!
Well, there it is. The shadow goes wild and strikes Labrys, knocking her aside. I catch her from behind. Labrys looks up at me, a bit surprised, but the look in her eyes is frail, ready to fade away at any moment. I smile at her.
Don't worry. It's okay if you can't at first. It's really hard to accept yourself. The only reason I could do it was because I had friends to help me. It would have been impossible to do on my own. I'm here with you now. And you've got Aigis-san too. We'll help you face yourself.
The shadow's shape is a bit of a surprise. That shadow didn't change, but it summoned a monster behind her. What the heck, man? That's like a persona! And it's pretty dang gigantic. Just looking at it makes me weak in the knees. It's at least 3 times my size. The shadow's eyes glow gold as she turns her wings into an axe like Labrys had. Crud. It was hard enough just fighting a robot girl with just the axe. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm having a hard time thinking I can take her on by myself. Something pops up in the back of my mind. The faces of my friends and of Aigis, everyone who trusted me with all their hopes. I get ready to fight. Power surges through my body. Alright, now it's my turn to
We're
work.
gonna save you no matter what. And when we make a promise like that, we keep it.
Let's do this. Now we have to fight Shadow Labrys, who is Labrys but with the persona, but not just any persona, a very evil looking persona. I mean, look at that thing. It's got chains, it's got a weird, like, Minotaur-esque kind of head and everything. You know, it's just kind of, something. But it's really random and not too reliable, because it just does whatever it wants, really, which also makes it strong and bad at the same time. But anyway, Brave Blade away!
Let's do this.
And that's how you save a robot. Beating the crowd out of it, and yeah. The shadow finally stops moving and settles down. I run to Labrys and pick her up. She's still awake, but her expression is gloomy.
I'm such a failure. I can't win against anyone. I even let my shadow out. I'm a weapon, but I'm so useless. It would be better if I was just scrapped.
The lack of any energy in her voice and body is enough to put me at a loss for words. Do I have it in me to convince her otherwise? That doubt came crawling back into my mind. But I still need to tell you. I opened my mouth to put the heavy feelings in my heart into words.
Hey, there was someone I liked once, but she got killed. It was the worst thing you could imagine. I couldn't forgive myself or believe she was gone. I even tried to forget about her. I thought then that no one could understand how I felt. I mean, how could they if they weren't me? Only I could understand how I felt. That's what I thought. I had given up, but that wasn't true. Even if people haven't had exactly the same experiences, they can still understand each other. I have some great friends now to prove it.
Friends.
If I'm strong at all, it's because I have them. I can remember my friends are with me whenever it really counts.
Yeah. But I don't have that.
You should, though. There must have been someone who was important to you. Just think back.
Labrys' lips quiver, and she shakes her head gently. A single tear was all it took. Like a dam breaking, she starts to cry.
They're all gone. I can't see them anymore. And it's all my fault!
Yeah, huh? That's what Shadow Labrys was getting at. She didn't just lose them. I don't know the details, but I'm gonna bet that she had to destroy someone herself, against her will. I can't imagine the pain that would cause. But
I see. Can't it be us? Your friends.
as I say that, I stretch out my hands to her. But Labrys looks away from me, and she won't take my hand.
Oh. I'm not human.
Who cares? One of my friends is a shadow. Remember Teddy? The one who was acting like your knight? He was originally a shadow. And you have Aige-san with you too. I know she was really worried about you.
Really?
She raises her head and looks at me, but she still hesitates. Shoot. I really don't know what to say in situations like this. I bet you would have the best lines memorized just for occasions like this. Okay, so I try something that sounds natural, no matter if it's particularly suave or not. Time to try a joke.
You know, my arm's gonna get tired leaving my hand out like this.
Labrys looks confounded for a brief moment, but it looks like I chose right.
You really are something, you know that?
With a smile, Labrys takes my hand. It's cold and hard, but it feels natural, because I know that it's the hand of a girl who's trying her best.
I'm not alone.
That's right. We'll be by your side.
Labrys nods her head and slowly stands up. I offer to help her up, but she pushes my arm away and walks toward her shadow. The shadow says nothing. It just stares at Labrys.
Wanting everyone to understand. You weren't wrong about how I feel. I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all. This is my persona.
Wow. It's such an elegant, white silhouette. It's hard to imagine it was the same as that black bull shadow. I was worried that there might be something wrong, like she was damaged or something. But when she turns to me, I can see the strength in her eyes. I breathe a sigh of relief. I lift my face and cheerfully call out to her.
Well, let's get going. Back to where our friends are waiting.
You got it.
Now that she's accepted herself, she nods to me and smiles like when we first met. No, even brighter. Labrys accepted her shadow and the host disappeared. For a while, I was worried how the P1 Grand Prix was going to end. But it's all over now. So all that's left is for us to get the heck out of here. I hear from Rise that all those fantastic invisible walls have disappeared. Now I can go meet up with my buddies in Aegis. Or so I thought. Led by Rise, you, Chie, and Yukiko all come running into the announcement room. Teddy, Kanji, and Naoto follow them. Way to rush things. But I guess I would want to run around. I would want to run around if I was stuck in a cage all day, too. The investigation team is back together. Everyone is surprised when they see Labrys. I mean, I can't blame them. She's a robot. I explained the circumstances to them. Labrys looks tense the entire time, but of course, none of us is going to be heartless enough to say she's not a person.
I lost in the very first round. I wish I could have fought a little more.
I'm glad that I didn't have to fight you, Chie. At least fighting against Yosuke-kun didn't trouble my conscience much.
It didn't?
There. She can say that because she loves you.
Pardon me if I don't share your optimism there.
These guys are way too easygoing. As I'm complaining, Kanji seems pretty enthusiastic.
Do that again sometime. It ain't good for our bodies if we don't let our personas out once in a while.
But normal people can't let them out.
And I'll sponsor a real Grand Prix. I'll call it our very first Go on a Date with Teddy Grand Prix.
No one would enter.
How cruel.
Teddy balls and throws himself into Labrys' arms, and she hesitantly opens her mouth to speak.
Can I sign up?
Don't.
You shouldn't.
You know what? Count me in.
Oh, if you're in, then I'm in.
Huh? Well, then me too.
I'm out.
Damn it, you jerks!
Whatever. As long as it makes Labrys smile.
Alright, it's time we go back.
Everyone cheers in agreement. We all head to the roof. I already knew that the roof is where the exit from the TV world was, in the studio area. Plus, we can meet up with Aegis while we're there. All Teddy has to do is bust out the exit and we'll all be back at Junes. We climb the stairs as we expected. Aegis is waiting for us. When she sees that Labrys is safe, she smiles. Also, excuse me, my gosh, I don't know why, but I've been burping a lot, Clark.
It seems everything has been resolved.
But a pair I've never seen before are standing behind her. They have intensely intimidating auras. I can tell that they aren't normal people like me. I'm guessing they must be members of Aegis' team on the same mission as her.
It's over already. I still don't feel entirely satisfied, though.
Don't be like that, Akihiko. Just be happy that it's over.
I take a closer look at them. One's an amazingly gorgeous woman. The other's a buff guy who isn't too shabby himself. And Aegis is pretty easy on the eyes, too. Put the three of them together, and they really pack a punch. And the way they're dressed, well, they pack a punch too, but in a different way. The beauty in the fur coat steps forward and bows to me. At the same time, Labrys hides behind my back.
Hanamura, yes? You have my thanks for helping us retrieve Labrys.
Her tone is soft, but articulate, intellectual, and charming. But one of her words bothers me.
Could you maybe not use the word retrieve?
I'm a little scared to talk back to her, but I'm not going to budge on that one. She appears taken aback for just a moment. Then she smiles.
You're right. My apologies. I'm Mitsuru Kirijo, Labrys' handler.
Kirijo. I've heard that name somewhere before. Huh. Kirijo! As in the huge company Kirijo? I turned to Aegis for an answer. Picking up on what I wanted to say, she replied with a smile. Seriously? So the group she had mentioned was... Because we're all scared silly by the important name, Kirijo-san tells us incredibly politely that they were mostly the cause of the incident. She also explains what I wanted to know about the most. How Labrys was going to be treated.
I'm not gonna be scrapped.
I have no plans to shut you down or destroy you. Kirijo-san's answer in response to Labrys' question is so direct that we can't help but cheer. Labrys was more perplexed than happy. Kirijo-san takes Labrys' hand and lowers her head.
Indeed, you aren't. You have done nothing wrong. It's actually me who should be apologizing to you.
Oh no, you don't gotta do that. I felt like there was no getting around being sealed away again. I've made friends now, so I thought I could live with it.
Labrys.
I can't believe this is happening. This is all thanks to you. Yosuke. Kun. Ah!
Labrys?
What the? Something's wrong with Labrys! Aigis and the others all look confused by Labrys' unnatural pause. I know she's been through a lot today. Did she break something? But Labrys speaks in a voice that none of us were expecting.
It's not over yet.
That's not Labrys' voice. It's as if someone's speaking through her mouth.
Is this the same communication system we use? Everyone, step away from Labrys.
Kirijo-san, seemingly used to dangerous situations, warns everyone. At that moment, Labrys' hand moves, stretching toward the battle axe on her back. The next instant, lifting the axe without hesitation, she swings right at me. That was faster than I've ever seen. Even the shadow wasn't that fast. The group is split for several meters, and the fragments fly everywhere. What the heck? What's going on here?
Labrys! Hey, what's gotten into you?
I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
Labrys' face is completely expressionless as she points her axe at me.
What's happened to you, Labrys? Damn it, why do we have to fight now after making it this far? Ugh!
Again? Did I fail her again? That horrible thought crept back into my mind. I frantically try to shake it out of my head as I lift my weapons. I try telling myself over and over, I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Dang it.